While covering games and being based in Japan for the past 10 years, there is one franchise that has been pretty much unavoidable. Now, of course, I'm talking about Capcom's huge hit series, Monster Hunter. Now, I've dabbled in the series since its 3DS debut, and while I'm a pretty terrible hunter myself, I can't help but respect the series and what Capcom has accomplished with it on the global scale. Now, for 2021, the company is looking to expand to the Nintendo Switch with the exclusive Monster Hunter Rise. As it stands right now, there is a free demo available on the eShop in all regions, well, until February 1st at least. But is this a good stepping stone for gamers who have been put off by the series for years? Danny from the Famicast here. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Today, we're going to take a look at the Monster Hunter Rise demo on the Nintendo Switch. We'll be talking about visuals, how the game runs, and if it's enough to convert people like me who are on the outside of the series looking in to actually drop some cash on the game. Now, again, I just really want to set the record straight here just by saying this. If you're looking for a hardcore look at the weapons, an in-depth look at the gameplay mechanics, or even just looking at how Rise compares to other games in the Monster Hunter series, this is probably not the video for you. What you're going to be getting here are some thoughts on the demo from a guy who's been trying to get into the series for years, but just hasn't been. So if you're looking for something like that, you're in the right place. So with all that out of the way, let's get into some specifics about the demo itself. Now, to kick things off, there are a couple of options here. You have play solo, multiplayer, then of course other things like options, the Nintendo eShop where you can actually pre-order the game, manual, and then like a look at the licensing agreement. You know, for me, being terrible at these games, I just went ahead and went into the play solo because I didn't feel like getting yelled at, slowing down the more skilled players. So here there are a total of 4 quests, 2 of which are actually tutorials that are on offer here. Now, the beginner level quest has players hunting down an Izuchi, and the intermediate level quest has players tracking down a Mizutsune. So that's all new to me, but before hopping into either of these, I went ahead and just started with the basic training quest. Now, some of the things explained here aren't really all that overly difficult, with explanations of the overall controls, supply box, basic attacks, picking up items, and things like that. If you've tried out previous Monster Hunter games before, you probably won't need this, but just in case you want a refresher, it's there. Now, one new thing that was added to Rise is this thing called the wire bug. Now, this allows players to kind of reach high areas as well as use this thing in combat to pull off more devastating moves. Now, more of these can actually be collected throughout the stages as well, giving you the ability to do more with this feature. And it does have a cooldown too, which is fair and makes it so you can't spam this. So yeah, basically what this does, it kind of gives you a little bit more verticality with your moves and stuff like that, which is really cool. Now, another cool ability with the wire bugs is something called the Silk Bind. And basically, as long as you have your weapon drawn, you could use this ability by pressing either Z, L, or R, and then like either X or A. This can also actually be used to make monsters mountable, and a little bit more on that later. But yeah, like I said, it's cool to see more verticality coming to Monster Hunter with this, and even as an outside guy looking in on this, I think this can really make the combat feel fresh for veterans and novices alike. Mounts called Polyamutes are also available in this demo. Now, for me, part of the tedious nature of the Monster Hunter series has been the slow movement of the characters when you're tracking down the monsters on these quests. Now, with these Polyamutes, things change pretty drastically, in my opinion. Now, after hopping on one of these furry critters, you'll basically be flying towards your destination in no time. Now, not only that, but you can even use them to attack while mounted. You'll do more damage to creatures and monsters and stuff like that while on foot by yourself as just your base character, but still, it's cool to see this here. The second tutorial is the Wyvern riding training quest. Basically how this works is once you get a monster into a mountable state either through damage or through some special attacks like the aforementioned Silk Bind or items and stuff like that as well, you're going to be able to hop on this monster and then use them to attack other monsters or even send it plunging into the environment to inflict further damage on itself, which can help you out in the hunt. Now, this tutorial is actually pretty short, but the feature itself actually seems really cool, and it's just cool to seeing being able to do this. I like this new feature being added here. It really kind of changes up things from Monster Hunter games that I tried out in the past. Now, I did actually brave the first quest on the hunt for the Izuchi, and even with my lackluster skills, I was able to track down and kill this thing. Now, obviously, if you're looking at the gameplay and stuff, there are probably better and more efficient ways to take down these monsters than what I came up. I was actually having quite a bit of fun doing this, more than I thought I would. And actually, in this too, the Polyamute was actually super helpful with running on the creature when it was on the run, so that was really cool and kind of made me feel like I was actually, playing the game the right way and still having fun. The Rise demo gives a good look at what the final version of the game will look like in terms of visuals, and things here are actually pretty impressive. Capcom is using the RE engine for this game, and it really shows. The environments are rich and detailed, the character models are lifelike, and the monsters look pretty fantastic. It's quite a step up from what we've seen on the 3DS, obviously, or in the HD up-res titles brought to both the Wii U and the Switch. Now, this is a game made specifically for the Switch, and I think it shows that while, of course, the Switch is never going to be as powerful as the competition, the hunt can still look pretty great on a Nintendo platform. Now, one thing to keep in mind about this demo, you'll only be able to play it for up to 30 times. Now, not only that, but the demo itself is only available for a limited time, until February 1st. So make sure you download it and get playing as soon as you possibly can. But if you still have the demo, and if it's taken off the eShop, you're still going to be able to play the single player and local multiplayer. You will not, however, be able to play online once the demo is taken off the eShop. So, at any rate, happy hunting out there, guys. Has this demo for Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch changed my mind about the series? You know, honestly, a little bit. Things seem to be a little bit easier to get into, and I really like the new additions of the Wire Bug, the Palamutes, and the ability to mount monsters. Now, with the online and local co-op included here in this demo alone, I think this can actually provide you quite a bit of content to get through. Now, if any of this sounds so far even remotely interesting to you, I'd say at least try out that demo while you still can. I think it's like an evolution of the already solid foundation that the series has set up for years, at least on the Nintendo platforms, and this shouldn't be shrugged off. But that turns things over to you. Are you excited about Rise? Are you going to be picking it up? What did you think of the demo? Be sure to sound off in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. As always, thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you see, please feel free to give us a like. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. We've got tons of podcasts, video reviews, impressions, previews, special videos like this, and a whole lot more. Again, this is Danny from the Famicast. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.